Hello, in this video we're going to do the second direct materials budget for our problem. If you're following along and like to download the complete problem that we're working on in the budgeting series, click on the link in the description of this video. That'll bring you to my website, accountingandfocus.com, and you can download the full paper airplanes problem. Okay, so as we said in the last direct materials budget, once we convert to material, this is going to be very similar to our production budget. So I'm just going to highlight that piece again. Okay, so this portion right here is going to be very similar to production. We're going to start with units to be produced, just like we did last time. So I'm going to write in my units to be produced. Let's see, 38,000, 49,000, and 26,000. And then my total is 113. Okay, and I'm getting those numbers right from up here, right? And if you watch the production budget video, those numbers are going to look really familiar to you. All right, so now let's start looking at the information that we have, and we're just going to work on the information for the stars, right? Because that's the budget that we're doing. So each airplane uses 4 star decals. Each decal costs 20 cents. The company would like to maintain materials inventory equal to 10% of next month's production. So that's the same as the paper. At the end of 2012, the company believes it will have 20,000 stars in inventory, and the company would like to have 7,000 stars on hand at the end of March. Okay, so that's the information we need in order to do our budget. So my stars per unit, right, my stars per airplane is going to be 4. So I'm going to write that in for all my sections here. Okay, so total stars for production, so this is the total number of stars I need for the 38,000 units for January that I plan to make. So 38,000 times 4 is 152,000. For February, 49,000 times 4 is 196,000. For March, 26,000 times 4 is 104. And 113 times 4 is 452,000 stars. It's a lot of star stickers. Okay, so now I'm working in stars, right? I'm not working in paper airplanes anymore. Now I'm working in stars. So my desired ending inventory is 10%, right? We found up here 10% of next month's production. So what that means is that for January, I want 10% of February. Okay, so 196,000 times 10% is 19,600. For February, I want 10% of March. So 10% of 104,000 is going to be 10,400. And then for March, I can't do 10% of April because I don't have April. But in the problem, it says the company would like to have 7,000 stars on hand at the end of March. So 7,000. Okay, so that comes from right up here, 7,000 stars. Okay, and then my total column. Remember, we've been doing this. This is January through March. So because I'm talking about ending, right? So this runs from January 1st to March 31st. The end of the quarter is March 31st. So because I'm talking about ending inventory, I want the inventory at the end of March, which is equal to my 7,000. So my desired ending inventory for my total column is 7,000. Now I'm going to calculate my total need. 152 plus 19,600 is 171,600. See, at this point, if you've watched the production and the first direct materials budget, this is going to kind of start seeming like habit. right? So we're just adding up my total stars for production and my desired ending inventory. So I've got 111,000 for March. And then for my total column, 459,000. Okay. So remember, always add total stars for production plus your desired ending inventory. Now we need to figure out what our beginning inventory is. So it says at the end of 2012, the company believes they'll have 20,000 stars in inventory. So December 31st ending inventory becomes January 1st beginning inventory, and so my beginning inventory is 20,000 stars. Now for February, January's ending inventory becomes February's beginning inventory, so 19,600. February's ending inventory becomes March's beginning inventory, so that's 10,400. And for my total column, I want beginning inventory, so my beginning is January 1st. So I'm going to take January's beginning inventory. Okay, so now we've got all our beginning inventories. So now I'm going to subtract the beginning inventory to figure out how many stars we need to buy. So remember, if I need 171,600, but I already have 20,000 in inventory, then I only need to buy 151,600 stars. Okay, so if you kind of think about the process of what's going on, I think it makes this a lot easier to do. Let's see, as I'm trying to write down my numbers and talk at the same time. Okay, so if you think I need enough stars for production, plus I want some left over, right? Plus I want some left over, so add those together. But if I have some that's fewer I need to buy, right? So whatever I have in inventory, I subtract that to figure out what I need to buy. Okay, so I'm going to take 111 minus 10,4, that's 100,600. And then 459,000 minus 20,000 is 439,000. Okay? As I said, when I'm going through this, I really like to think about what's going on in the budget, and that kind of helps me, even if I can't remember the exact wording of what I want to put here, that really helps me walk through the calculations. So now I'm going to figure out my cost per star, which it says each decal costs 20 cents. So my cost per star is 20 cents. So 0.20. Okay, so now I got to figure out how much all of these stars are going to cost. Okay, so 151,600 times 20 cents is 30,320. So just the stars, remember we've got to buy the paper on top of that, so actually at the end of this we'll figure out what my total direct material cost is. 186,800 times 20 cents per star is 37,360. Then for March, 100,600 stars times 20 cents is 20,120. And my total cost for the quarter is 439,000 times 20 cents, which is 87,800. Okay, and again, you're going to want to double check your math, right? So check your math down. All the calculation should work down and across. Okay, and so I'm not, well, I'll draw the line here anyways. Okay, so the calculation work down and across. Now this is my total star cost. I'm going to add in my total paper cost, because remember we had two different materials. So my total paper cost was $19,950. This is from the previous budget. for February, I've got 23,350. For March, I've got 14,200. And the total for the quarter was 57,500. So now that I've got all that, now I can add those two numbers together to figure out what my total material cost is going to be. So total material cost. Okay, so if I add up the 30,320 plus the 19,950, I'm going to get a total cost of 50,270. So that's total material cost. Add up the 37,360 plus the 23,350, and that gives me a total of 60,710. 20,120 plus 14,200 is 34,320. And my total cost for the quarter, the 87,800 plus the 57,500, is 145,300. Okay, so the stars are going to cost 87,800 for the quarter, but plus the paper from the previous direct materials budget is 57,500. So my total material cost for the quarter is 145,300. Okay, so if you have any questions about this budget, make sure to leave a comment down at the bottom. If you like this video, click like, share it out with your friends. Subscribe to the channel because there are lots more budgeting videos to come, and I will see you soon. Thanks so much. Have a great day.